Hi everyone, welcome to my home office tour. Now if you're looking for a tour which is super high tech and very much aesthetic, I'm sorry, but you're not going to find that here. My desk setup has been planned in a way which is practical for me, it's functional for my day-to-day duties, and it's also clutter-free as well. Essentially everything I have in this room has its purpose and its place. All items that will be shown in this video will be linked down below, and with that, let's get started. So starting off with the first item in my room, obviously is my standing desk. This has been a game changer when it comes to eliminating back pain, making sure I'm standing frequently so that I am working on my posture and I'm not getting fatigued by sitting all day and typing away at my desk. This is also great because this standing desk actually reminds me every hour to stand up for at least 20 minutes, which I think is so useful. So if you're thinking of getting a standing desk, I highly recommend it. Now, moving on to the desktop that I use. This desktop is a widescreen desktop, and the reason I got this was because I wanted to make sure I wasn't using my laptop and using a small screen which would strain my eyes. So I made sure that I got a screen that was wide enough to encapsulate two screens or two windows essentially. And I remember when I used to work in banking, we had multiple screens, and I found that my productivity significantly increased when I was utilizing this. So essentially what I do is I connect my laptop into my widescreen and it just mirrors to the screen, and I don't use my laptop at all for viewing anything, unless of course I am taking it for portability purposes. Now the laptop that I have is just a standard MacBook Pro. I bought this I think a year ago now, and it is my choice of technology, my choice of laptop. It has never failed on me before, and I really enjoy using the entire Apple suite. So I've obviously got my phone, which is with Apple. I've got my AirPods. I've even got the Apple keyboard as well. Now with the laptops, obviously it's a USB-C port, but sometimes I do require USB. So I have got a dongle. I've also got my hard drive as well, where I store important information and documentation on there. And because it's USB-C, which I prefer, it's also a faster conversion or faster transfer as well. Now on the top of my desktop screen, I have got a webcam. I like using a webcam because I think it has a better picture quality instead of using the laptop itself. It is a 1080p Logitech webcam, and I actually got gifted this one, but I've just kept it and it's worked wonders. It's also got a microphone inbuilt as well, and I think it's just great for everyday, meetings or conferences when I'm holding those. Now moving on to the monitor stand and the storage that I've got. So this is actually from IKEA. However, I've painted it in this brown color to go with the aesthetic of my table, and I think it turned out pretty well. So let's have a look inside what I've got. Essentially, I've just got the bare minimum that I need. I don't really like cluttering too many things in here. Everything has a purpose. So I've got my whiteboard markers, which I'll go through later on, some texters, scissors, some chargers, my glasses, hand cream, lip balm, my AirPods, my glasses cleaner. I've got some pens as well. I've got some cuticle oil and some Listerine and some rose quartz rocks there for good energy. That is essentially what I've got in there. And it does get cluttered from time to time, but I just make sure that I declutter this on a regular basis. Now next to the monitor stand, I've got a Google Home Mini. So essentially this is to increase the speed of my Wi-Fi because I'm in an apartment and it's quite a big apartment, so the Wi-Fi doesn't reach all of the rooms. So I've got one and my partner's got one, and we've noticed that the Wi-Fi upload speed and download speed has significantly improved, and I also use that as my speaker as well. So when I'm listening to music, I ensure that I play it through the Google Home because it just makes the sound quality so much better. Now moving on to my keyboard. This is the keyboard that I purchased. It's the Apple one. It's obviously got the numeric keyboard, and it's just simple and it works well with the entire Apple suite. Now, moving on to the mouse, which I know looks like a spaceship, but this is an ergonomic mouse from Logitech. If we have a look at different types of mice, essentially having one that is upright is better for your wrist and for your joints as well. And I found having this has caused me no pain in my forearm. So that is why I like to use one that is standing as opposed to one that turns your hand movement down. Moving on to the chair. So this chair I initially bought for aesthetic purposes, but I think I'm going to have to upgrade this chair to something that is a little bit more ergonomic, a little bit more back friendly, and actually provides me with support. This does look good, it is comfortable, but I think if I'm sitting at my desk for numerous hours a day, I do want something that is going to be supporting me throughout the day. Now, as you can see, I've got two notepads on either side of me. One is my life admin planner where I write my entire to-do list for the day, and I've got another notepad next to me to jot down ideas, any quick thoughts or any quick references or numbers that I need to write down. And then I've got my whiteboard in my room. This has been so good for me because I'm able to quickly draw diagrams and map out ideas and brainstorm things with just a lot of ease, and I like jotting things down. And if you're like me and you like seeing maybe quotes or inspirational like affirmations or even goals, then this might be something you can also do as well. It is also renter friendly, which is great. So let's move on to some of the smaller accessories on my tables. So first of all, I've got my phone holder. This is perfect for FaceTime or video calls on your phone so that you don't have to hold the phone in front of you. I think this is great because it avoids any sort of movement and it is quite stable. Next, I've got a lamp in my room. So when I'm working throughout the day and it does get dark in my room, I just turn this on. Instead of going to my room light to have to turn on, especially if I'm in the zone, then I don't want to get up and go turn on the light. So this works perfectly for me. I've also got a tissue box on the table as well, which matches the aesthetic quite nicely. Now moving on to my pen holder and my pen. As you can see, the pen is from YouTube, an event that I attended, and I got a pen holder to place the pen in. I like to have a pen handy at all times so I can write things down. As you can see, I had a backup of pens in my monitor stand as well. I've also got a coaster to keep my water bottle or any teas or mug that I get. I keep it on there so it doesn't ruin. The table mat that I've gotten, I've chosen for a brown color because I like the way that it ties everything in nicely. I'm going for earthy tones, something a bit more neutral. And then essentially moving on to my YouTube setup. So where I'm currently recording this video is exactly where I sit. It is on my table and in front of me is my camera, and I've got my monopod with this swivel head attached. I've got a ring light or a softbox ahead of me. So behind me I've got my floor lamp, and next to that I've got an IKEA Malm which stores a lot of random things. I've got my gym wear in there, I've got documents, tech equipment, all the little knickknacks stored away in there. And then next to that I've got my shelving, which you see in this video. This is just for decor. I essentially don't even have anything that I've stored on this shelf. So that is my entire home office setup. I think it is quite functional. In fact, I've actually got a bathroom in there as well. I do have a full apartment tour as well. If you haven't seen that, I will link that above and down below. And as mentioned, everything that I've shown in this video will be linked down below in the description box. And that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.